We're huge fans of the Samsung Galaxy S24, but we're also eagerly anticipating what the Samsung Galaxy S25 has in store for us next year. Samsung's decision to reintroduce the Exynos chipset for its Galaxy S24 series has caused quite a stir this year. After receiving positive feedback for going Snapdragon only with the Galaxy S23 lineup, Samsung has now opted for a combination of Exynos and Snapdragon for the Galaxy S24 and S24 Plus. However, the Galaxy S24 Ultra stick to Snapdragon across all markets. According to a recent rumor, the phone's chipset might come with an added bonus of Google Artificial Intelligence. Apparently, Samsung's Exynos 2500 processor, which is expected to be featured in some Galaxy S25 models, will come equipped with a TPU, Tensor Processing Unit, developed by Google. This TPU is responsible for handling AI tasks, much like how the GPU handles visuals. The idea behind this is that the more AI processing the phone can handle locally, the faster and smoother the user experience will be without relying heavily on cloud-based data transfers. It seems that Samsung believes Google can do an exceptional job with this particular chipset component. If this rumor holds true, the Galaxy I on the Galaxy S25 will be even more impressive than it already is. It's always exciting to speculate how Samsung will equip its flagship Galaxy S series, whether it's with their own chipsets or those provided by Qualcomm. In the Samsung Galaxy S23 series, they went all in with Qualcomm, while the Galaxy S24 models only used Qualcomm CPUs in certain regions like US, Canada, and China, except for the Ultra variant. Initially, it was rumored that the Galaxy S25 phones would exclusively use Exynos 2500 CPUs, but recent leaks have cast doubt on that. If Qualcomm is involved next year, it raises the question of how Samsung will ensure there's no AI performance gap between the Exynos 2500 with Google's TPU and the upcoming Snapdragon 8 Gen 4. One thing is for certain, phone manufacturers are eager to incorporate as much artificial intelligence as possible into their devices right now. This is evident with the Google Pixel 8 and Pixel 8 Pro, which boast the Tensor G3 processors, manufactured by Samsung, by the way. Meanwhile, these days, it seems like everyone and everything is jumping on the AI bandwagon, and Samsung is no exception. Back in January, they proudly introduced their Galaxy S24 line as an AI phone with the Galaxy I Pack. And now they're taking it a step further by injecting Bixby with artificial intelligence. We actually mentioned this just a few days ago, and now we have more details. According to a Samsung executive, Bixby will soon become even smarter thanks to generative AI and Alan technology. Bixby, Samsung's own virtual assistant, was launched in 2017 to compete with the likes of Google Assistant, Alexa, and Siri. However, it has been lagging behind its rivals. With Apple's plans to enhance Siri with ChatGPT-like functionality, Samsung knows it can't afford to fall behind. The new update will allow Bixby to understand complex commands, making it more versatile and user-friendly. During the recent launch of Samsung's AI-powered bespoke home appliances lineup, Bixby was once again in the spotlight. Samsung revealed that Bixby will not only comprehend complex sentences and voice commands, but also engage in natural conversations and remember previous interactions. It will have a better understanding of a user's problems and provide tailored solutions. For example, if you tell Bixby that your living room feels humid, it will adjust the humidifier accordingly. And if you ask Bixby what to do with the potatoes you bought yesterday, it will suggest recipe options. As for when this AI update will happen, there's no fixed date yet. Perhaps we'll hear more about it at the Summer Galaxy Unpacked event. Apart from this, Samsung's Fan Edition lineup is set to receive an update this year, following the company's tradition of launching it in the second half of 2024, shortly after revealing its new foldable phones. Although the official release is still about 6 months away, early indications suggest that Samsung is already working on the Galaxy S24 FE, which will play a crucial role in the success of its 2024 Fan Edition series. It's the perfect time for Samsung to start building the supply chain for the Galaxy S24 FE, which involves assessing components, negotiating with suppliers, and finalizing sourcing arrangements before mass production begins in the latter half of the year. According to a local report from South Korea, Samsung has chosen Anapass, a Korea-based company that specializes in ICs and other products, as the supplier for the display driver ICs in the Galaxy S24 FE, The device is expected to feature a rigid OLED display panel with chip-on-film packaging for the driver, a more intricate component compared to chip-on-glass. Samsung has previously collaborated with Anapass, indicating its confidence in the supplier's products. Anapass is currently the third largest supplier of display driver ICs to Samsung Display for its smartphone OLED panels, with Samsung System LSI and Magnachip occupying the top two spots. Mass production of the Galaxy S24 FE is anticipated to commence in the summer, with a likely unveiling in August or September of this year. Meanwhile, as we know that Samsung has long been the dominant player in the global smartphone market, but recently, Apple managed to snatch the crown for a brief period. However, it seems like the tides have turned back in Samsung's favor. In a surprising turn of events, Apple managed to ship more smartphones than Samsung on a global scale in 2023, albeit by a mere 4% margin. This victory was further highlighted by Apple's impressive Q4 performance, where they outperformed Samsung in terms of sales. Fortunately for Samsung, the tables have now turned. According to data from Counterpoint Research, Samsung has managed to regain its lead over Apple in the first quarter of 2024. Shipping a total of 19.69 million smartphones, Samsung narrowly surpassed Apple's 17.41 million shipments. Currently, Samsung holds 20% of the global smartphone market, while Apple's share has dropped to 18%. Taking a closer look at the numbers, Samsung's dominance is evident in Europe and the US, where they secured a 34% and 36% share of smartphone shipments, respectively. This success can likely be attributed to the launch of their highly anticipated Galaxy S24. On the other hand, Apple's share in the US during the same period dropped to 48%. Does this mean that Samsung has definitively reclaimed the top spot from Apple? Not necessarily. The battle between these tech giants is far from over. However, Samsung's exceptional performance in the first quarter is undoubtedly a sign of their strength. The company will undoubtedly strive to maintain this momentum in the coming months, but only time will tell if they can sustain their success. Combined with Samsung's history of impressive smartphone updates, these tidbits should be enough to pique our interest for more Galaxy S25 Ultra news. Given Samsung's focus on AI features in this year's phones, we can expect the same dedication in the Galaxy S25 lineup, including the Ultra. And when it comes to the high-end phone, there are whispers of camera improvements that could rival even Apple's best camera phone. It might seem premature to start pondering about the Galaxy S25 Ultra, but rest assured Samsung is already hard at work planning its next big release. Stay tuned for updates on what to expect from the upcoming Galaxy S25 lineup throughout the year leading up to its 2025 launch. Share your expectations in the comments below, and don't forget to check out our channel for more updates. Until next time, take care.